Typical.
Mark.
Typical Manchester United. Unbelievable. What a letdown.
Not that. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
And on that note, here he is. He's back with us. Oh, Mark, he's back with us, you lovely man. Mark, we've got one of your compadres on the lime green sofa, Dave, big Manchester United fan. And we've also got Joel, the other half of the Cheeky Boys, our Arsenal fan. Lots of chat about the upcoming game on Saturday, November the 19th. I'm sure you've got an awful lot to say about that tonight, brother.
Can you hear me, Justin, first of all?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Perfect.
Okay, quality. Okay, so we've got Man U and Arsenal, our Cheeky Boys, on the lime green sofa. Before you take over, Mark, are you confident that you will beat Arsenal at the weekend?
Well, we normally do. They're like a bag of jelly babies when they come out of North London, aren't they? They're spineless. So I think hopefully we will. However, I will tell you about a little dream I had last night, and it's nothing to do with Pep and his sex ban. I dreamt that Manchester United will be 3-1 down after 54 minutes on Saturday, and Ander Herrera will be sent off for a second yellow card. So either you can get a great odds on that and put a bet on, or hopefully it's just I had too much cheese last night. But I think we will win, yeah. I think we will win.
Mark, let me just quickly bring Joel in on that. Joel, you're spineless. You're like a bag of jelly babies.
Who, Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Where did he get that from?
Where'd you get that from, Mark?
Oh, probably the last decade of football of Arsenal bottling it every time they win a league title.
Mate.
But,
two FA Cups, 2 Community Shield Cups, 4 trophies. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I've got an England Cup here, you can have that as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Mark, we're so pleased that we got you with us again tonight. Over to you, brother. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Justin. I'm going to. I've put it out to the Twitter lot, so I'm going to take some of their comments very quickly. But just for the Arsenal fans out there, I know there'll be a few watching. I thought I'd do a little bit of a through the keyhole special for anybody who can remember that. Who am I? I haven't won a title in 12 years. Never won a Champions League. Totally and utterly obsessed by Manchester United, and if you lick my tears, they smell of lemon. I'm so bitter, I'm an Arsenal fan. And I'm sure on Saturday, no matter what, they'll be tweeting about Pogba all week. I'm absolutely obsessed, but maybe we can get the Arsenal view on that in a few minutes' time. Let's crack on then. And there is some big, massive Arsenal injury. They've had some massive injury news coming through today, actually. A real blow for Arsenal. That's 2 injuries. Wayne Rooney and Marouane Fellaini potentially out of the Arsenal v Manchester United game, which obviously, from a United fan, it's a big positive as far as I'm concerned. I don't want them anywhere near the pitch. But for Arsenal, that boost has been from 9 men up to 11, so we'll probably give them a better game straight away. Talking about Fellaini, apparently he will be offered a new Manchester United contract. In the next few months. Baffling. 3 managers in a row have picked him, and over 90% of you lot do not want him anywhere near a Manchester United shirt, starting 11, even Manchester, and it looks like he will get a new contract. I'm baffled by that. I don't know what all you lot think, but let's have a look at some of these Twitter comments you've sent me through today. At Jemez_99 says, who should play up front against Arsenal, and should we bring 4-4-2 back and play with natural wingers? I love the 4-4-2. I love the fact that we used to hit teams down the width. I don't think we've got anybody who can put a decent cross in at Manchester United, so whether we could use wingers, I do not know. Who should play up front against Arsenal? Rashford or Martial for me. Definitely not Rooney. It looks like he's going to be injured anyway, but I would probably go with Marcus Rashford because he absolutely obliterates him. In a Van Gaal team, imagine what he can do in a Mourinho team. So I would go with Rashford. I'd like to see Martial on the left, though. Memphis situation. Memphis Depay, do you think he should be loaned out, or do you think we should get rid of him? I think he's our number 7. I think the number 7 is the most iconic shirt in Manchester United history for sure. One of the most iconic shirts in world football. I know some people feel sorry for Memphis. He's been here a good year, coming up for a year and a half now. He's been given that number 7 shirt. All I've seen from Memphis is him driving around in a silly hat in a Bentley. He needs to do far, far more. He's had the opportunities. Herrera and Mata, I love them this year. They didn't really get the opportunities under Van Gaal. What they've done this year is shown what you can do with hard work. And I think that is what's missing with Memphis. maybe a loan for me. Get him off to a decent team in the Premier League and see if he can do it. I don't want us to just sell him and then it might backfire, but I certainly think he's got to do a hell of a lot more. Schweinsteiger potentially going in January. Yeah, not happy about that. Chicago Fire, I'm hearing. Again, baffled, absolutely baffled why Schweinsteiger's not been given a run out. And also Carrick. We go on about Carrick a lot. I'm a big fan of Carrick, but Mourinho's not really used him much either. Hopefully he will play him against Arsenal on Saturday. Going back to what we were all talking about a few minutes ago there with Justin, I think Saturday, I don't think we should be too confident in all seriousness. I mean, Arsenal have been doing quite well. Much depends with Manchester United on the 11 players we put out on the pitch. If we do play Fellaini, if we do play Rojo and Jones because we have to, then that is a big boost to Arsenal. I don't care what anyone says, but if you put Carrick in that defensive midfield position, you put Herrera and Pogba in front of him, you've got Rashford up front, you've got maybe put Mata on the right, put Martial on the left, and I think we'll cause them problems. And we normally do. And let's not forget, we beat Arsenal with Darren Gibson and Fabio De Silva's, or the De Silva's, playing. So we can beat them with any sign. Will United regret letting Memphis leave, says Ashwin Singh. Done that. And what form would we be in if Louis van Gaal was still manager? Would love to hear a discussion about that, says Alexander Fafala. I'm not a big fan of Van Gaal. I don't think we'd be in a much better situation than we are. We might have got Sadio Mane, so Liverpool might be in a worse situation than they are now. I think that's the only positive that Van Gaal was looking to make this summer. But no, the football was turgid. It was side to side. Past the park, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't good, and I think the football under Jose has been far, far better. We're certainly about 5 or 10% quicker in the way we're moving the ball about. I just think he's suffering from the legacy of Van Gaal and Moyes, who made consistently bad signings over the last 3 years. And that is going to take time. And also, adding to that equation, Wayne Rooney on the decline, injuries as per usual at this time of the year. So I think we're on the right track. I think Saturday's a massive game. I wouldn't go into it massively confident, other than the fact that that's just the way I approach it. And I know United fans do go at it with a bit of bravado, and it's, you die by the sword if you get it wrong. So I'm going to say we're going to beat Arsenal on Saturday, and I'm going to give it the banter. But you know what? We probably are in a quite precarious situation, because Arsenal, they have got that stability of their manager. They have got players that have been there for a long time, and that is something that we are striving to achieve through no fault of the manager's fault. He's only been there a few weeks, but I can't wait for it. I think it's fantastic. I think this international break, I didn't really want to talk about international football, but, again, a bit like Fellaini, what's Southgate being given the England manager's job? Why are we even having international breaks? Put them in the summer, ban them, get rid of them. I think, everyone wants Premier League football, Championship football, whatever club you support. That's what people want to be seeing. And there's too many international breaks. That England-Scotland game, just finally, on Friday night, was absolutely abysmal. I remember England-Scotland games in the past, and you'd watch it and you'd enjoy it. I found it so boring. I think international football is deader than a dead duck. And that's what I think. Over to you, Justin.
Thank you, Mark. Mark's words, not mine. International football is deader than a dead duck. And let me tell you, that's pretty dead. Yeah. We've got a goal as well. England have scored a penalty against Spain. They've scored! England have scored! England have scored! They have scored a penalty. Who scored the goal? We don't know yet, but they've scored a goal. They have got Lallana scores an England penalty against Spain. Look how happy that makes Mark. Look at his face. He loves it. He looks like he's just had a bad bit of quiche. Mark, let me just ask you this question. Arsenal clearly have a better team at the moment. Can they handle being favourites against you? Because, of course, they didn't handle it well last year. Can they handle being the favourites going into the game against you on the 19th?
I don't think they are favourites. I think they've got a bit more stability. I don't think they are favourites. But the big but is they couldn't beat Van Gaal's United. They couldn't even beat David Moyes' United. How are they going to beat Jose Mourinho, who has well and truly schooled Wenger? The whole of the last decade they've come together.
It's a great question.
United favourites.
Great question, Joel. How were you couldn't beat Van Gaal?
You can talk about, you couldn't beat Van Gaal, you couldn't beat Moyes. We weren't able to beat Chelsea for like 10 years. A few weeks ago, we smacked them 3-0. End of story. Sometimes, right,
After
there's a change.
Jose left.
Yeah, no, sometimes
After
there's...
Jose
yeah,
left.
but sometimes there's a turn in life. Don't forget, you guys got smacked up by Chelsea 4-0 as well. Who would have expected it? Sometimes in life, there's turns around the corner. Right about now, Arsenal are at a new place in their career. Like, when I say in their career, the team is in a new place. Man United are in a different place as well. Somehow Fellaini's getting a new contract. When you're in that place, right? When you're in that place,
He's loving it.
anything
He's
can happen.
loving it.
Anything.
He's loving it.
Seriously, anything can happen.
Loving it.
You guys are known for dabs these days. Seriously. What happened to the days when the players would get the ball, play it out wide, run it, cross it in, goal scorers are doing their job? All it is Jesse Lingard on Instagram and people going like this.
What happened to those days? What happened, Mark?
I'm going to clap at that. You know what? That you rescued yourself with that last bit. I mean, I've got to admit, Jesse Lingard standing on a ball doing whatever that dab rubbish is. I'm too old for that. I mean, you know, I'll applaud you for that. Anything can happen, but you know, we're approaching Christmas. I've seen all these adverts. You know, anything can happen.
Come on.
Oh, Mark, listen, Mark. What we need from you is the fight. All right, don't let this guy have you. Don't applaud him. Don't applaud what he's saying here. All right, listen. The end of the day is this: they've beaten us home for 7 years in the Premier League. Ain't gonna happen this weekend.
Okay.